Ladies and gentlemen, the briefing is following or a culmination of the bilateral political consultations between the Republic of Kenya and the Republic of Colombia. Your Excellency, sir, most welcome.
Thank you. Please be seated. Your Excellency, Madam Vice President Francia Elena Makizimira, I'm delighted to host you and your delegation to the maiden trip to our country and to Africa. President William Ruto, the government and the people of Kenya warmly welcome you. This is home, the land of hustlers. Karibu sana. Madam Vice President, I believe it is not too late in the day to congratulate you and President Gustavo Petro on your historic election last year. Your Excellency, this visit is very exciting. It is equally significant. Here is why. A girl child from the generation of African slaves and freedom fighters rose from a housekeeper to the second most powerful office in the first leftist government of Colombia. From a tender age, you have created and sustained a legacy of fighting for the freedom and the dignity of the people. You are indeed a real hustler. Your visit comes a few months after elections in Colombia and Kenya. Both elections were entrenched in the deep desire for change, focused on uplifting and dignifying the people at the bottom of the pyramid. Our people embraced the conversation that it was time to dignify the hustler in Kenya and the nobodies in Colombia. They identified with our humble background and trusted us with leadership. Our President, Dr. William Ruto, who sold chicken to make ends meet, wore shoes for the first time in high school. I grew up in abject poverty. My body was heavily invested with jiggers and lice. But here we are today. We have a huge mandate to transform the lives of our people until dignity becomes the norm for the hustlers and the nobodies of our countries. Your visit has accorded us an excellent opportunity to exchange views on several bilateral and multilateral issues and areas of mutual interest. Kenya and Colombia have continued to enjoy warm and cordial relations, holding long-standing historical bonds of friendship, which exist through various bilateral, regional, and multilateral forums. I wish to take note of the endeavors of the Republic of Kenya and the Republic of Colombia towards transforming the lives of their citizens at the bottom of society and the achievement of sustainable development goals. This development model will accelerate the intention of our countries to incorporate the poor into the mainstream economy and will enhance our ability to tackle complex domestic and global challenges. Your Excellency, Madam Vice President, during your campaign, your slogan was, "It is time for the nobodies," which resonates with our hustler conversation. Our government is committed and will remain a true representative of the hustlers. We shall also endeavor to enhance our impact in development and implementing effective strategies aimed at enhancing inclusive economic progress that target the hustlers and the nobodies. I wish to recall that from our first participation in Colombia briefing at the UN Security Council during the 2021-2022 period, Kenya lobbied for inclusivity as a fundamental pillar on which to build the peace in Colombia. We particularly called for the implementation of the ethnic chapter in the peace agreement to ensure that the rights of Afro-Colombians and indigenous communities are safeguarded. As the UN's Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination puts it, Afro-Colombians face persistent structural and historical discrimination. This has resulted in entrenched poverty and political and economic exclusion. In this manner, we observed that Afro-Colombian circumstances largely reflected the experience of our brothers and sisters in America. Your Excellency, on bilateral relations, Kenya wishes to enhance cooperation with Colombia in a number of fields, such as training in Spanish, education scholarships, healthcare, culture, knowledge sharing, South-South cooperation, and engagements in the multilateral arena. Our government is committed to further increase a two-way trade and investment cooperation between Kenya and Colombia by focusing on economic and commercial programs and promotion of business interactions between our two countries, ranging from MSME sector and the private sector and business management organizations. Our political consultations have explored the need to establish direct flights between the two countries, which will be an enabler for trade and investment for people-to-people contact. I wish to take note of the ongoing technical meetings, which have concluded review for two memorandum of understanding, which we have signed today. These are the MOU on the Joint Commission of Cooperation and the MOU on Gender Equality and Women Empowerment. Discussions are ongoing to conclude the MOU on sports cooperation and 6 declarations, namely the Declaration of Intent in Promotion of Spanish Language, Declaration of Intent on Sustainable Trade and Investment, Declaration of Intent on Higher Education, Declaration of Intent on Energy and Mining, Declaration of Intent on Promotion of Tourism, and Declaration on Intent on Promotion of Culture. Your government's assistance through provision of technical support in health, the use of bamboo as an affordable housing material, cooperation in technical, vocational and education, training, culture, and most importantly, technical cooperation in the coffee sector will go a long way in enabling Kenya attain her development institutions. We look forward to partnering with Colombia in creating linkages between Africa, diaspora in the Caribbean, Latin America, and North America regions. In conclusion, Your Excellency, we are glad that the government of Colombia has invited our Chief Justice and the President of the Supreme Court, Lady Justice Martha Koome, and the Governor of Homa Bay County, the Honorable Gladys Wanga, to represent us at the International Day of Afro-Descendant Women in Bogota on July 25th, 2023. Your Excellency, I also accept your invitation to visit the Republic of Colombia with a huge delegation from the coffee subsector to learn from the people of Colombia on the success of the coffee subsector. Your Excellency, I have explained to you the coffee subsector was very thriving in the 70s and 80s, but has gone down due to intervention by middlemen who have come in between the coffee producer and the consumer. His Excellency the President, in his Executive Order number 1 of 2023, bestowed upon me the responsibility to champion coffee reforms. I will therefore be more than happy to visit your beautiful country to discuss matters coffee and to learn the beautiful experiences of the Colombian coffee farmer and be able to come and practice it here in Kenya. Finally, I affirm Kenya's commitment to working closely with the government of the Republic of Colombia in deepening our relations for mutual benefit of our people. Asanteni sana. Please, Your Excellency and your delegation enjoy the Kenyan hospitality. God bless Kenya. God bless Colombia. Your Excellency.
Thank you. Muchas gracias, Su Excelencia, señor Vicepresidente Rigathi'S Gachagua. Gracias a la nación keniana por recibirnos en esta delegación